Let's come back to the south of Gauteng. The Gauteng Education Department is taking part in a School Safety Imbizo that's taking place in Sedibeng, that's south of Gauteng. The goal is to address issues like violence, bullying and substance abuse in schools. The department wants to involve local communities, educators, law enforcement and parents to improve school safety. Let's go now to SABC News reporter Monique, who's joining us live now. Monique, a very good morning to you. Thanks indeed for your time. Quite a serious issue being addressed at this Imbizo, if I can call it that. The issue of school safety, the issue of school bullying. And the issue of school bullying has actually gotten worse because most of this bullying is also being captured on cell phones and disseminated on social media. And we talk about secondary bullying. If we can, talk to us a bit about what is expected to take place there today.
Well, a very good morning to you, Crisalda, and to the viewers. Thank you so much for having me this morning on the show. Well, the issue of school safety has been at the spotlight recently throughout this 2 months that the school has actually commenced. We know that about over 500 cases have been reported nationwide of bullying within schools. It is a terrible problem because it's not only in the Gauteng province, but it is a nationwide problem that does pose a threat to children because some do amount to actually getting suicidal. The current Imbizo that I'm in hasn't gotten underway yet, but we are at the Rotunda multi-purpose hall where the Gauteng MEC for Education, Matome Chiliwane, will be hosting or is hosting the Safety Imbizo in the Sedibeng district. We know the Sedibeng district is amongst other districts in Gauteng where it is seen to have been having challenges such as vandalism in schools. We have gang initiations in schools. We have bullying in schools, amongst other issues. But now I am joined by Gauteng Education spokesperson Steve Mabona to give us a background and an overview of what is expected in this Safety Imbizo today. Well, a very good morning to you, Mr. Mabona. Thank you so much for your time. We are in the Sedibeng district today with the Safety Imbizo. Can you please tell us what is expected here today?
No, thanks very much. Today we expect all stakeholders to participate in sharing of ideas on how we can really deal with school safety in this region. As we have indicated that we have challenges in this region, and like as we have started in November in Johannesburg, we moved to Ekurhuleni. We also moved to Tshwane. Last week we were in Westland. This is our final session of Imbizo. From here, we'll be consolidating, ideas that we might have received from our stakeholders, including parents, learners, NGOs that are operating in the safety environment, just to understand on how we're going to be moving forward from here.
Thank you. Speaking about safety in schools as well, can we talk about law enforcement in terms of, we spoke earlier on and you spoke about the fact that vandalism in schools where community members are actually breaking into the schools, taking the fences away from the schools, which actually imposes now a more threat into the schools. Can we talk about how law enforcement together with education have imposed something together?
Look, that's why we brought the community safety. We have the police, we have patrollers, we have all those that are in the security sector so that they can hear some of the things that are happening in these areas. There's a commitment from the police to work with us to make sure that there's a police visibility, which will probably then assist. But also, when community members report any activity or criminal activity, police need to be swift in their response, because in many times they will indicate that police took long to arrive. So that's why we then want them to work with us and make sure that we are prioritized as a sector.
Mr. Mabona, can we speak about bullying in schools? Because it has become a really big issue. Also in terms of the fact that school children are now posing it and putting it on social media, which imposes a secondary victimization towards the children that are being victimized in schools. We know the two recent incidents which happened last year, one in Sutherland and one in Lotus. Can we talk about how the government or how the Gauteng Education is willing to actually step forward in terms of eradicating the bullying in schools, also in terms of the cell phone issue, because we can't be having children imposing other children on social media. That is taking them into bullying, and bullying does result into suicidal thoughts. Can we talk about that?
Yes, definitely. I mean, bullying has been our challenge. As you know, that in Ekurhuleni, more especially in the Tsakani area, we had few suicide cases which emanated from bullying. And that's why we decided, let's bring parents closer, because many of these incidents, they happen outside our space, be it at home, or children, they are in relationships and things like those. So we are saying parents need to assist us to identify the potential bullies, so that then we can invoke the programs that we have with our stakeholders. We have a correctional service, we have social development, so that we can then nurture them and make sure that they don't continue the process of bullying other children. And parents need to come closer. I mean, when parents are called in a school to say your child did this or that, they need to come closer, because in many occasions parents don't come, and you find that the child will be disciplined and even expelled in the absence of parents. So parents will come closer and make sure that they assist us to discipline their children at home, so that when they come to school, they understand what is it that they're going to do at school. Our institutions are for development, so we need to nurture them and make sure that they will contribute positively in the future. So cell phones, they are a challenge, but also we need them. Remember, we are moving online, we digitize many things, so we cannot say cell phones must not be utilized. I mean, curriculum-wise, we utilize them, and we are moving into the 4R. So, and there's artificial intelligence, in the education sector that we are introducing. So cell phones play a significant role, but children need not to record bullying incidences and put them in the socials, and they want content that is unnecessary. So all the cases that we have received, we support the districts, we support the schools to take necessary action as far as disciplinary action is concerned.
So in an overall, today is the last district you guys are visiting. As the department, and how are you guys then going to go after then today's Imbizo, sit down together and then collaborate with everything that you guys have heard from community members, SG members and schools to eradicate bullying, vandalism and gangsterism in schools?
Look, we've been moving around the province, and we're going to consolidate. I mean, because we are taking notes, there are good ideas that are coming from stakeholders, including parents. We then have to consolidate from here, make sure that our strategies infuse what the stakeholders would have said, because that's why we want us to work together, because some of these things are societal. And once you bring the society closer, you will then be in a position to quell some of these bad things that are happening in our space. So we are hopeful that consolidation will be in a position to share with all the stakeholders, we share in the public as well, to say these are the issues that we found, and this is how we're going to be trying to assist the environment so that our schools are safe.
Thank you so much. Well, that was MEC, the Gauteng Education spokesperson, Steve Mabona, just telling us more about what should we expect from this safety Imbizo, and that also they are working together with law enforcement, CPF and other stakeholders to make sure that schools are safe, because we have a problem where gangsterism is in the schools. We have an issue, so many issues pertaining to the safety of children, where children no longer feel safe in schools. Much is anticipated from the safety Imbizo, but for now it is back to you in studio.
All right, Monique, thank you very much indeed. Live to us from Sedibeng at that School Safety Imbizo. Quite a number of issues, as indicated by her, that will be addressed there. School safety, bullying in schools, the insecurity that's also now crept into our schools, where some communities, of course, also vandaling some of the infrastructure that is meant to serve their own communities. Monique Lewis, thank you very much indeed. Live to us from Sedibeng.